Are we starting?
This guy trying to count us down. Yes, we've already started, but
Oh, we started. Good. Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to XPG Galore. We're your hosts. I am Rafael.
I am Marcus.
And I am Daily.
You guys caught me off guard today.
He caught me off guard.
He's trying to start the countdown before we're ready, but we're ready now. We're good. We're good.
Have you have you guys seen the Family Guy parody of Star Wars, the first one, Blue Harvest?
Of course.
It reminds me so much of the cantina scene where they get done playing the song and then the band is finished and it goes, all right, we'll take a request. What do they play next? Play that same song. Okay, same song. Here we go.
Yeah,
That's exactly how I feel like that just went down.
The best. I want to talk about what's been going on with our lives. Marcus, what's up? What you been up to? What you been playing? What you been watching?
Just watching the days pass by slowly while listening to somber, dark music. It's been great. Other than that, though, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I recently rediscovered Ben Howard on Spotify, and if you don't know who that is, he's kind of like almost Americana style music, or it's labeled as, depending on where you're looking, it's labeled as like alternate folk music. And it's like that kind of music that kind of gets in your head a little bit. I don't know. That just randomly came to mind. I've been listening to that.
Is it like it has lyrics and everything?
Oh yeah. It's have you ever heard of Ray LaMontagne?
Nope.
Oh, there goes my example.
You're speaking to a guy that barely listens to actual music.
Oh. It's very like low key folk music, but when I say folk, it's like just guitar and some drums maybe. No, that's like banjo.
That's
first
a
of
banjo.
all.
Sorry, Banjo Kazooie.
Way off course.
And we're back after we just had a commercial break of educating Ralph on what the differences between a guitar and a banjo is. Anyways, besides that, I've been trying to knock out a few games. I regret to say that after 80 hours, I have broken up with Persona 5.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a specific boss battle that apparently it's notorious in the Royal version of Persona 5, the newer version. It's notoriously hard. Like, for some reason, they made it harder in this version of the game. And I am not prepared for it, and it turns out I've been missing out on certain mechanics and aspects of the game that could have helped me be better for it, and the only viable solution I've seen is they want you to put the game on the highest difficulty.
What?
Because you inflict the most damage per hit doing that. And then
you get the same thing back. Right?
Yeah, so the caveat is you have to be able to, because to very quickly break it down, in order to get to this boss, in the boss battle, you have to fight through waves of enemies he spawns, and each wave is the same enemy and the same element weakness, but the way you have to do it is you can't kill just one of the four enemies. You have to do attacks that hit all four of them at once, because if you kill one or two, the rest of the enemies run away, and then he just respawns the same wave over and over again. And so you have to like attack these enemies and kill them all at once with the element type. And if any of you out there are Persona 5 players, then you know what I'm talking about when I say you have to do things like the baton pass and use different items with that element to kind of build that up to do these powerful attacks. And I just don't have the ability to do that, nor do I have the right Persona creatures to use in my arsenal to do it. And when you start a boss battle in Persona, you can't leave the area that the boss is in after that. You can't leave and come back. You can't go back and prepare. The game doesn't let you do that.
That sucks.
I feel for you, man. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, and it was actually, that was a rough day for me. This was like a week ago, because I had already tried to get through some more of Demon Souls that I had been working on. and gave up on Demon
That's a
Souls
good
2.
substitute.
Well, Demon Souls is, it's on PS5, and I was like, I need to play through this game because it's on PS5. I need to try it, and I got through a little bit of it, and then I finally hit a wall where I kept getting body slammed by these giant fire lizards, and I was just like, you know what? It was nice knowing you, but I don't think this is gonna work out.
Yeah, you should read a book now.
Yeah, no kidding. So
basically, you had that moment where the girl comes over and you sit down on the couch.
No, I think what he did was he had a bad moment and he's like, "Quick, make it worse." So he plays a game that's harder, and I guess he.
Well, I mean, I've been working on Persona for quite a while, and so it was
Yeah.
it was like one day a week I was getting to play it, and then Demon Souls was like my next big story project game, and then I had to give up both of them. So now I've rediscovered like PlayStation Now, which is like the service that Sony offers for you to be able to stream their old library. So I'm playing
whatever you want.
Well, yeah, like I can play like old stuff. That's like their version of backwards compatibility. So I'm starting to play through all the old God of War games again.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Remember we talked about that a few seasons ago. Jesus, few episodes ago about God of War and stuff like that.
You never played them, correct?
I've played the God of Wars before, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys scared me for a second.
It was Marcus. I think there was like, if I remember correctly, there was like some kind of game you didn't play, and Rolf was just fumigated. I don't know if that's the right word, but we'll roll with it.
Definitely a daily word, but okay.
That's
a daily word. We're gonna start with it. Fumigated.
Ocarina of Time. I didn't play. I've never played Ocarina of Time.
Now I'm angry again. I remember now.
Look what you did.
Now he's fumigated.
Oh my god, dude!
But
what are you doing?
I'm sorry. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I've been playing. I've been trying to rewatch all the movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe again, just in chronological order, which means I haven't gotten to WandaVision yet, which I know is regrettable. I'm trying to get through it all while
Hurry up before the world's.
I know. It's like getting dangerously close. It's so close.
Super dangerous.
But
I haven't watched it either, but I heard it makes no sense with the timeline.
Yeah, just don't say anything right now. It's okay. Please.
Silence. I kill you.
Yeah, don't mess it up for Marcus. I'm telling you, it's great. It doesn't matter if you don't understand the timeline. It actually does make sense now that I know where it is. Because
if you're listening to this,
episode.
if you're listening to this or you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But second of all, in the comments below, let us know if you agree or disagree with it.
No spoilers. Damn it.
No spoilers, but just comment if you agree with Wonder or you don't. That's all.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it for me. That's really all I've been doing. So,
Daily, what about you? What you been up to?
Well, I was gone for a week for some military stuff.
Okay, that sounds boring. Never mind. It's like I'm kidding.
It's actually really fun. I messed around with some chemicals and stuff, but no, I'm not a scientist. I'm not an evil scientist. But outside of that, I watched a movie that was made in 2014 on Netflix. I just stumbled across. What I did was I was on my tablet and I scrolled up and I scrolled left and I just clicked on play. And I came across this movie called Blue Ruin. I don't know if anybody's heard about it.
Never heard of it.
I have not.
So I looked it up after I watched it because it was such a good movie. It was an independent film movie. It actually won 7 independent awards and was nominated for 20 of them. It's actually really cool. But basically, it's about this guy named Dwight, which is a great name, first of all, if you're an Office fan like me. Basically, he's homeless. He lives on the beach. And then he gets contact about how his parents were killed 10 years ago. And he finds out that the killer is being released from prison. And so he decides to go get revenge.
Oh, that's a weird
But
twist.
what he doesn't do is do a very good job of covering up the evidence of how he killed him. So the family of the killer comes after him and he has to escape it. And
This sounds like...
is just... excuse me. It is just... It's such a good movie. Like, it's so dark and it's very horrifying, but like I watched it and I just like I was up till like 11 o'clock, which is late for me, by the way. I was up till like 11 o'clock watching it, man, and it was intense. It's about 90 minutes. There's a trailer on YouTube. You can watch it. It's free on Netflix, or you can watch the trailer on Netflix. But yeah, it's rated R, so it's got some blood and gory. So definitely would recommend anybody just to sit down, watch it. It's got a 7 out of 10 from Rotten Tomatoes, so it's apparently really good from Rotten Tomatoes. I honestly personally gave it an 8 out of 10 just because I like the suspense and the drama about it. But that's what I've been doing outside of military stuff, is just watching that, and it was really, really good.
That sounds like if John Wick was a bum and didn't know how to kill people properly. And
yeah, he's amateur assassin.
Yeah.
I looked
Side
up
effects.
this movie while you were talking about it on IMDb just real fast, and in the trivia section, so the movie's called Blue Ruin, just to clarify. In the trivia section, it says, "Did you know many scenes contain the color blue?"
Nice.
But yeah, you kind of the way you described it is pretty much the one sentence synopsis that IMDb lists. A mysterious outsider's quiet life is turned upside down when he returns to his childhood home to carry out an act of vengeance. Proving himself an amateur assassin, he winds up in a brutal fight to protect his estranged family.
Wow. What?
Yeah.
What a twist!
Well, I did watch it, so I know I kind of summed up the movie.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But it's definitely got some highs and some lows, like mental highs and mental lows in the movie. So it's definitely, honestly, seriously, like, I don't recommend a whole lot of movies because I watch a lot of comedy. But I would seriously recommend watching this movie. It's very dark, and you got to go to a deep place to understand this movie. Yeah, at first when I read the description, I thought it was going to be like Law-Abiding Citizen. Not the case. So definitely would recommend it. 8 out of 10 in my eyes.
Cool.
All
Cool.
right then. Ralph, what about you, buddy? What have you been up to?
All right. A few things. I finally completed Ori. And the Will of the Wisps. And I beat the first one as well.
Mhm.
Blind Forest, 100% completionist on both. And then I started working on, I think I mentioned it before, I was downloading my old games onto my PS5. And surprisingly, God of War came out with an update.
Mm-hmm.
60 frames per second, 4K now. And I tried it out, and oh my god, my eyes started bleeding because that game still holds up. I'm like, geez, and now with the faster loading time, the faster just processing and all that, it was just blowing my mind. I'm actually having more fun going back playing old games. And then go ahead.
I was gonna say, how's the loading screens on those?
It never really had any. It really didn't have any. The gimmick of God of War is that it's a one-shot gameplay. It's like a one camera that keeps panning in different angles, capturing all the action. And their loading screens is when you go to, like, trying to teleport to another realms. All it does is it makes you kind of like spin around this, like, I guess like a nether realm. I don't know what you want to call it, like a nothing realm. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually a
Like an
portal opens
atmosphere.
up. Yeah, it's just like that's technically the loading screen,
Mhm.
but you're still moving around. And then a portal opens, and you can get out to Nephilim or other, Viking mythological places. I keep forgetting now.
Did you feel like it was loading faster though on the PS5? Because I've heard that like the loading
yes.
screens is crazy.
Yes, it was too good, and I was like, damn, I kind of want to replay on New Game Plus now.
Oh,
But
yeah.
what I ended up doing is transferring. It was a process at first because I didn't have my membership for my PlayStation, so I had to renew it. But I bought it on sale for $35 online, which is a $49.99 membership for a year.
Yep.
I got it on sale, but then I had to wait for the code to get sent. Finally download it. Then I had to go to my PS4, go to the cloud save my games to the cloud, go to my PS5, load it up there. It was just annoying. But then I finally got it, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to play this when I get back. But I did download for free Control. Ultimate Edition came out for the PS5.
Yes.
If you have not
Yes.
played it, please download it. It's for free if you're a member. It is a beautiful game. I already beaten it, but Remedy did an amazing job. If you want to feel like a Jedi, that game did it first before Fallen Order. This game is awesome.
It
So
is.
try it out, guys.
Yeah.
Try it out. It's beautiful. Graphics are beautiful. Storyline is pretty dope. Very trippy. They did something super different, talking about different realities, different realms. It's like a dream, a nightmare. I don't even know how to explain it, but it left me wanting more, and I haven't played the DLC, so that's where I'm at now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Control was the very first game that I had streamed after I built my PC, and it was a very good litmus test for like where my PC was graphically. But I agree with you. I've been shouting from the rooftops to all my friends, like, this game is free on PlayStation Plus. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't download it. It's so amazing. And
Yeah.
it is technically tied into the same, quote, universe as Alan Wake and Quantum Break. Yeah, which was a Xbox exclusive when the Xbox One first came out. It has like very rough ties to Max Payne too, but like the loosest of ties. So.
Yeah.
The loosest of ties.
Maybe the slow motion sometimes when with all the action.
Well, because but we won't get into it. But like Alan Wake, he's an author who writes detective novels, and the detective he writes about is voiced by the same guy who voiced Max Payne. And there's some very loose connections about where he's getting, like, what he's writing in his world or universe is somehow tying in to Max Payne's universe.
Cool.
Yeah.
That nightmare scene from Max Payne 1 is still
God.
one of the most memorable moments on gaming. Like that actually felt like a real nightmare. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
that was pretty rough. So, well, cool, guys. Anyways, speaking of interesting games, so a few episodes ago, we all sat around and chit-chatted about our ideal video game. If we had the budget and the time and the resources to be able to make a video game, what would our ideal games be? And earlier, Ralph, you brought up a really good point. What did you bring up to us?
Daly was talking about like kind of like a card-based style idea of perks and all that, and Back for Blood actually came up with a concept like that, so that was kind of cool. And also, you mentioned something about kind of like a post-apocalyptic gathering resources multiplayer kind of deal. And there's this game called The Day Before, which I haven't seen much about it, but it has similar concept ideas that you brought up. And no one made my game that I want. So.
And remind us again, what was the game that you wanted?
I wanted something kind of like a Metal Gear / but like Final Fantasy, like sci-fi ish. But Metal Gear, come on now, it's gonna be a while.
I know.
I don't think I'm gonna see something like that.
Yeah. So to touch on the first one that you were talking about, so Daly, you had told us before about this concept. You like the idea of perks based off of a card system, correct?
Right. Yeah, and you can based off it's like a tier system card system that allows you to have in-game play, but it's not microtransaction based. It's all gameplay based. So yeah, you could kind of, I guess, if you wanted to go deep and make the game where you did microtransactions to get like an XP boost to like increase your chances of a higher card, you could, but like the whole point of the game is to have game like play base. So the better you play, the more cards you get, etc., etc. So that was my version of it. But the game that you guys are talking about is more of it's got the card based game, but it's more of like a survival zombie type. And mine was more like you kind of put like Destiny, Mass Effect, that space type feel to it. With like a Valorant type of arena based. I just feel like is like the only game that like nobody's had. If you want the rights to it, to come talk to me or I'll sue you. Yeah, I would love to create a game like that, man. I just feel like we just need that game. I feel like if you take away out the pay to play and you put this in that type of game in there, dude, so many people would play it just because they're looking for the next latest greatest thing to use in a game. Like in a game, we talked about it earlier. Like, I guess the key term was like try hard, hardcore gamer. I feel like that game would make everybody that kind of like try hard, hardcore gamer kind of feel, especially if they like first person shooters and collectibles in game. I feel like that game right there would be the game set match for those type of people.
I think it's interesting that we talked about these games during our Left 4 Dead series, and Back 4 Blood is the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, and it's carrying on a few of these gameplay mechanics. So maybe the developers Turtle Rock heard what you were saying, and maybe you should go talk to them about that.
Right.
I did get a chance actually to play Back 4 Blood about a month or so ago. Back in December, they came out with a closed alpha, and so you had to sign up to get a code. But if you did get a code, you were allowed, like if they picked you to send a code to, which I think they pretty much just picked everybody depending on how early you signed up. You had about 2 or 3 different codes you could give out to friends, because it is up to 4 players. So I think in the effort of them wanting you to experience it with a full squad, they allowed you to hand out up to 3 different codes. And so a friend of mine who is also a streamer on Twitch had a couple of codes to give out, and so he gave me one. So I got a chance to play a little bit of it. And
I was about to get upset if you said I got codes and gave it to 3 other friends.
No, I didn't sign up for it because I was like, I'm a little hesitant on this. I want to kind of see what it's like, but yeah, I was able to get one of the codes that he was able to give out, and so I can say definitively it feels exactly like Left 4 Dead. It played pretty well for a closed alpha, and if you're unfamiliar with the terms when it comes to development stages, alpha is like way behind the scenes. Like we got some time left before this game comes out. Usually you go from alpha stage to beta stage to full launch. There will be a beta that comes out later this year. The game itself is due to come out June 18th of this year. So there's still some time, but like I said, yeah, it plays like Left 4 Dead. It was a beautiful game. Very graphic, very gory, just like Left 4 Dead was. But to talk about the card system that you brought up, yeah, so you start off with like a deck of about 5 or 6 perk cards, and there are perks such as like being able to carry 1 extra health item, or I remember there was one where it's like if you have this specific perk on and you go down, not dead, but just if you go down, the rest of your squad gets extra, like a 10% automatic healing for up to like 30 seconds or a minute or something like that. So it's a little bit more like RPG-ish kind of. Like there's like these little... Cool. So I can imagine people, once they build their deck up some, there's going to be some build aspects to it, which, just my own personal opinion, I'm kind of getting fatigued with all these games with build ideas. It's just not quite my cup of tea anymore. Like I sometimes just want to kick back with a very straightforward game where it's like, here, this is your gun, this is your weapon. There is no like options to make builds around it. You just have to play it this way. Go. But
once you've already maxed it out, then you can kind of do that though.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. You could. I don't know. Like, just some games, like I maybe I'm just getting fatigued on playing all these different games that have builds like Destiny and all that kind of stuff. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, but yeah. So I recommend Back 4 Blood, and so maybe when June rolls around, the 3 of us can dip our feet back into the zombie killing world and try it out, because it's due to come out on all current gen, last gen consoles, and of course on PC as well. So
also on my Call of Duty rant, because I have to talk about it at least once per podcast.
There it is. There it is. Did you recharge it?
There's a new map that came out.
And you're excited, aren't you?
I'm extremely excited, man. I've only made it to 17.
Hang on,
what? Wait, what?
I'm telling you, it's a lot harder than you think it is.
Oh my
I thought
god!
I
This
was-
whole time,
No, no,
I
no,
thought
no,
they were
no,
like
no.
in the 70s by now.
No. That was the beginning maps that you get with the game. This new map. Holy smokes, man! They just come at you at different directions. There's no game plan. There's no train like running a train with them. There's none of that, man. This is the most chaotic. This is the most chaotic zombies map I've ever played with, and it's gotten me that that spark. You know,
Are you
like
excited again?
Just a little, man. Just. Ugh.
You're sick, man.
Well, hang on a second. Daily, I mean, I get that you're excited about zombies, but there's something that you have not mentioned to us in a while, and I'm really upset about it.
What's up, man?
A while ago, you told us you were buying this really intense puzzle.
Yes, that is
Yes.
correct.
And I am.
You haven't even opened it, have you?
I have, and I've looked at it, and I've scratched my head 9,000 times.
Oh no, he's already given up. We were supposed to get weekly updates about this puzzle.
I want a picture. I need to post it on the video to see your progress.
All right.
Just take a picture, send it to me, even if it's just the pieces all over the floor, and I'll post
He has
it.
one piece on a table, and that's all he's
I
done.
just hold a corner piece. I hold a corner piece up.
While he's getting that together, so to talk about this other game that you brought up, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on it. Daily, I don't know if you've seen the trailer on it or not. The day before, but Raf, what are your thoughts behind that?
I was super confused because I was like, this game looks amazing. The graphics look awesome. Never heard anything about it. And then there was just a trailer. And I looked it up and they were talking about the gameplay, the idea of it, of you gathering resources, you're playing with friends, you can change your clothing. This like a MMO
It's on Steam.
pretty much. It looks like a Division, but with zombies.
Yes.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's what I got out of it. And then you have to worry about other players trolling. They can actually be good, or they can be pretty much, the opposite of good.
There was a game that somebody recommended to me a while ago.
What's that?
Let me check. It's on my wish list on Steam.
Well,
Yeah.
while you get that, I'll finish up with this. Players can actually either help each other or fight each other for resources, which makes the game a little more exciting. On top of if you're using loud weapons, guns, shotguns, it attracts the infected. Now, they don't really specify what the infected are, but it's practically zombies because
Right.
they eat you. There is one thing I do want to mention, though. I'm kind of getting fed up with this infected crap. What about you guys?
Yeah. It's
Too
getting
many.
it's getting a little saturated, I think. But
Mhm.
what I
Too
found
many.
interesting about the trailer was that, so yeah, like you said, it looks a whole lot like Division 1, which, for those of you who may be unfamiliar, The Division is a Tom Clancy game that came out years ago, and pretty much you are in New York City during Christmas season, and a virus has killed off a whole bunch of people, and the survivors are just trying to make do, and so you're like this cool operative, nameless operative that squads up with your friends and takes out different factions in post-virus New York City. So it had a lot of those looks. What I found interesting, and I had to kind of look it up for a second, the font that they used for the logo, for the title logo, looked very much like The Last of Us, and that's what confused me. I was like, this looks kind of weird. Like,
Well, the titles alone are getting kind of like, I don't know. There's Days Gone, Last of Us, The Day Before. What is it? There's a few more, guys. Help me out here. Come on.
A Good
Zombie-
Day to Die. Oh wait, that's a movie. Sorry.
No Time to Die. Big box.
Live free or die hard with a vengeance.
Come on, guys. Focus.
So you're talking about zombie games, right? Is that what you're
Zombie
doing?
games. Yeah. What's that?
There's
Oh.
State of Decay is the one that's Xbox exclusive.
State of Decay. Come on. There's more. Don't look it up. This is fun. Try it out.
I've already forgot which ones we said.
Oh man, Dying Light.
Yes, Dying Light. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to use the words but not say much, but giving out what the game is about. Days Gone is kind of like, I don't know, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Except Dead by Daylight is not a zombie game.
No, that's not a zombie game. That's like a slasher game. So
Right.
Now I'm not complaining as in I'm not wishing ill for these companies doing this, because it's actually pretty cool that everyone has their own idea of how these infected should be. Like Days Gone did an amazing job with the Horde. Last of Us did an amazing job with the infected, with the clickers, the intense feeling of, even though knowing that they're blind, you still have to be careful with the noise. That was kind of cool. Dying Light was just horrifying at nighttime.
Yes.
Scared for your life running.
It's like it gave you so much power, which that's another game I'm upset. Part 2, what the heck's going on? It gives you so much abilities to create weapons and even to traverse the world, but at the same time, it feels like it's not enough when it gets so crazy.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's a great concept. But I just don't want people to keep falling onto the same category. Let's try something else. Like I'll leave it with this one. Dead Space. I really enjoyed Dead Space. I'm very upset that they're not making another one that I know of. But Dead Space, they're not technically zombies, but they are. It's like the movie The Thing. They're aliens. So I want that. That's a little different type of an infected. It doesn't look like a zombie, doesn't act like a zombie, but it's horrifying, right?
What if they made a game to spin off of that? What if they made a game kind of like I Am Legend, where it's open world and you have to figure out a cure, you have to not kill zombies but maybe trap them, bring them back to your laboratory, and figure out how to make an antidote, and like you can look under a microscope and put, square and circle together, figure out what that means.
You just made another game right there. Look
at you.
I mean, I think that'd be really cool, like to figure out how to be like a scientist almost, like in a game, like peeling off skin, putting it under a microscope, sending your fucking labs. I think that'd be a cool game. Like, gotta go, 600 meters over here and collect empty vials and stuff like that. I think it'd be cool.
That sounds kind of cool. It's different. Sounds different. And then you gotta hurry up and gather whatever you need before it gets
dark.
A certain time. Yeah, at a certain time.
Build your fortress. Like that'd be cool. Like it opens up where everybody's dead and you have to build like a fortress, and then you have to go out and become a scientist. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, I'll give it a month or two. They're gonna make that game.
Yeah, they've heard you now. Well, we are about out of time, but one final thing I just want to bring up, just very, very quickly. In the time of COVID, we didn't get our normal video game conferences that we had every year. The last one that I remember us really having that people could physically go to was PAX East in February of last year. But the main one, E3, was canceled. Game Developer Conference was canceled. All that. So when these trailers come out randomly, like the day before, it kind of brings back that nostalgia I had. You remember when you used to watch the Super Bowl, and that was the first place that you would see the trailers for like the newest movies, and they'd be so cool because they'd be unexpected. Like before the time of YouTube and the internet, like you'd have these random trailers that drop, and you're like, "Whoa, that was so cool!" I feel like we had a taste of that again with trailers like the day before and other games that just kind of come out of left field, and you're just like, "What is this?" And you're just blown away very pleasantly. So I just thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I just wished him well. It's an ambitious game, so I'm actually kind of excited about what's to come. So,
agreed. Well, gentlemen, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. We hope all of you enjoyed our little I wouldn't even call it a recap episode. It's more like a follow-up episode, right? Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like we're just ranting.
I mean, that's kind of what started this whole podcast. We just like talking. Especially Daily.
Daily talking about his level on zombies.
We're gonna turn that into a 3-minute segment every episode.
You know what? Every episode we're gonna give his stats. We're gonna put his stats at the corner.
It's gonna be like dun 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 Daily's journey to 100.
and then again puzzles.
But that puzzle though. All right, Rob, take us away, buddy.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening, watching. We have fun watching and doing this, actually playing games, and you guys joining us. So we appreciate your time. Stay safe, everyone, as always, and love you guys.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. We love you.
Subscribe.
Oh, no, ASMR streams? Okay. This guy. Goodbye, everybody.